welcome to this live video. I'm super excited because today I'm going to talk about retreats and so much more with Carla. I met Carla, I think, over a year ago in the Canary Islands because for those of you who don't know, I was living in the Canary Islands and I met her there and it was just really nice to connect. She has been raw vegan for many years. She has a business about raw food, about yoga. So I'm just really excited to be talking today with her and just asking her questions about the retreat. And she should join in a couple of minutes or very soon. Hi. So yeah, I'm just really excited, and I think it feels also really great because I lived in the Canary Islands and then I moved to Germany and then I went traveling, so it always feels really great. Hi Tessa. It feels really great to meet people and friends from places where you lived. It's kind of a part of you. So yeah, I feel really excited, and I'm curious when Carla's going to join, but maybe a little bit before she joins, why I'm actually doing this live. So of course I want to um, learn more about her, but also I have a dream of creating one day my own raw vegan retreat on Tenerife, and that would be really great. And so now I'm just visualizing how I can do it and wanting to learn more about hosting retreats and people who have already done it. And yeah, so I just wrote Carla. I think she should join in some minutes. So yeah, I think that's to be really interesting because for those of you who don't know, oh, so excited that you're excited for it. Hi, Carla. Yeah, I'm also really excited. I don't know because hosting a retreat, there are so many components that go into it. So I don't even know where to start. But it's a dream, and I think before you have the action plan, you first have to have the dream. So I hope it works because sometimes Instagram, the app, is not really working. Now it should work. Hey,
Hello. How are you?
fine, fine. I was just talking before you came onto the live video. I was just talking because I met you on the Canary Islands and then I went away from the Canary Islands. But it's so nice to meet people that you met before at some place. It's really nice to see you again.
I
Yeah.
know, and you're so sweet. I was very happy to meet you. I wasn't following you on Instagram, but since that moment, I'm following you on Instagram, and you're doing amazing things. I saw that you also went to Asia, and you are a very good dancer, salsa dancer. So, this lifestyle makes me connect with you even more. And what I love is that you are really young and very connected to those values, and you know what you want, and that kind of people inspire me. So thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you so much. So nice. No, it's really nice because I remember it was over 1 year ago, but I met you, and then it was you and two more friends, right, at your apartment, and you were so nice, like hosting this super lovely dinner. It was really nice.
Yeah, for
So
me, in every part in the world that I was living, I was trying to connect with the people, even though they were vegans or not, and just cook for them or prepare things. And it's fun because all the people know my friends that they are hanging out with me, they are gonna eat healthy. So it's like, okay, today it's gonna be a vegan night.
yeah, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I actually wanted to ask you for this. First, thank you, Tessa.
Thank you to
Thank you
you.
so much. And yeah, I just wanted to ask you, what is your journey? How did you discover the vegan lifestyle or raw vegan lifestyle or yoga?
That's a good
Because for
question.
those people who don't know, Carla is actually an amazing yoga teacher, and she
Mm.
has a yoga business. Actually, you can have classes with her. So I would be so curious to learn more about you. What is your journey? And
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you so much for your words. Well, if I'm honest with you, I started first being vegan. I'm 33 years old right now, and when I get in touch with the vegan diet or vegetarian diet, I was I would say 16 or 17, and I went through this diet because I was looking, maybe as any teenager that wants to lose weight, you know, a few extra pounds and feel more slim, for the reason to lose weight. So I was, you know, just going through all the things, all these kind of diets. And then all the things that I was looking, like, for me, going vegan makes sense, like the ethics behind with the animals and all the industries and all that. So I went fully vegetarian, let's say when I was 18, that I was moving to Barcelona. And my cousin actually brought me to one restaurant in Barcelona that it was an Indian restaurant. Everything was vegan, and I was amazed about the food that you could eat there. And I was like, wow, wait, I can eat healthy and at the same time eat vegan. That I have to do that, you know, like I have to learn all these recipes. So my journey started with that. But in the transition from vegetarian to vegan, I find out that I was intolerant or allergic to lactose and gluten. So for me,
Yeah.
switching to a raw vegan diet in this moment makes so much sense, because it was like, okay, so if you eat fruits, vegetables, salads, and everything is raw, there is no gluten whatsoever and no dairy, right? And okay, at the beginning, if I'm honest with you, I thought that this diet was so extremist. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm living in Spain, like you know Spain. This is the country of the jamón serrano, the cheese,
Yeah.
the alcohol, the good life, you know.
Yeah. The
And
sangria.
sangria, the sangria, of course. And going for vegan is like, what? This is
Like,
not
yeah.
connected. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go maybe routine 4 and see what's going on. Let's gonna change first my breakfast, switching to fruits, then maybe salads at lunchtime, and dinner could be something cooked. And I started just like that. But then I moved to the US in 2015, and I was following the famous foodie rock Christina. And
Oh,
I
nice.
was very, she was one of my inspirations. And I said, okay, I was looking all her videos because I was learning English. I didn't speak very good English at that moment. So I was learning English, watching her videos, and also knowing more about the raw food diet. So my hardest years being raw vegan was when I was living in the US. And it was good because I learned how to be raw vegan in a really cold climate. But at the same time, it was really tough because I'm coming from the Canary Islands. Normally, the temperature that we are having here, it's 20 degrees, 18 degrees, no less than that. Is very weird. So going to the US, snowing, being fully raw vegan, it was tough. And
Oh,
some
yeah.
points, I wish I could be more flexible and eat something just plant-based and cooked, you know. But well, in this moment is what happened. And that's how I got in touch with the raw vegan diet. First, it was, as I told you, to lose weight, and then all my digestive problems that I had when I was teenager, like bad digestion, all the food, the acid reflux that I had, it disappeared. And I got twice Helicobacter pylori, pylori, this bacteria that you have in your intestine. And it was really, really, really hard. Like I went with this bacteria early when I was on my 20s. And then I got in touch with the raw vegan doctor, which is Areli, that it's famous here also on
Ah, I
Instagram.
like it. It's so
Yes,
nice.
yes, yes. And I got the bacteria being fully raw vegan, by the way. And I got the medicine, which it was actually a mistake. And I was following in this moment, that was after the US. I was following a food map diet. And of course, because I was vegan, I was basically just eating for 3 months rice, meal rice, and rice crackers. It was the
Yeah.
most hard time that I was living in my life because I couldn't digest fruits in this moment because of the all the pills that I was taken. I
Yeah.
felt bloated all the time. I couldn't understand nothing. I went to the doctor, and for sure they were experiencing with me like, what's going on? They're going to introduce you one new ingredient every single time. And I said, look, every time that I'm eating whatever, I got bloated again. And that's like, come on, I know that I'm gluten intolerant, but what's going on? Why just eating a pepper? It's not, I cannot digest that. So I had a conversation with the raw vegan doctor. And from this moment, I was introducing very, very ripe bananas, dates, and little by little, I was again eating raw foods. But from this moment, I went, instead of being fully raw vegan, I went to be high raw vegan, which for me
Yeah.
was more balanced diet. I knew more like what my body wanted, and I was enjoying food, if I'm honest, because I'm not wrong with anyone that is fully raw vegan. It's like amazing, but in like my personality and how I was moving to one place and to the other, I was enjoying food more, going outside and saying, look, today I just want to eat a pasta like gluten free because I'm intolerant, with some sauce, and just discover a new thing, and then
Yeah.
trying to do a recipe that is going to be fully raw vegan inspired on this. So that's the point that I'm right now, and my goal is, I'm doing that, is helping people to find that balance, and even people that it's not vegan. My family, it's not vegan. Most of my friends are not vegan, but you can raise your veggies and your fruit intake and be much healthier, no? So this is
Yeah.
what I'm doing with the food.
I love it so much. I really love how you got away from the Ravian dogma because I think in the Ravian community, and I think I had it as well for some time, that it's you like I had to focus so much on, okay, I want to be 100% raw vegan to fulfill this label. It
Yeah,
was not really about health, and it took me some time to shift away from this label and to really
yeah,
shift it more towards what is a holistic health and what is
yeah,
mental, like mindset health. And I had to shift a lot, and I think that many people they have to yet make that shift away from okay, restricting and being super pure and only eating like the like super 100% raw and
wow,
perfectionism towards more like integrating just more fresh fruit and veggies into your diet so that you feel better, and the
yeah,
goal is to just have a better life. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's
I can
true.
relate so
That's
much,
true.
so
And
much.
that's amazing when we switch to just love ourselves and do the things from love
Yeah.
and not from perfectionism or trying to compare ourselves with others that are doing, for instance, fully raw. So just ask yourself if you're doing that from the love that you have to yourself. So was my main focus. And then
Yeah.
as you asked me, I'm a yoga teacher. I'm certified as a yoga instructor. And I discovered that actually I always was practicing yoga. I discovered yoga when I was living in the US in 2015. And I started
Yeah.
practicing vinyasa, ashtanga, hatha, like all the kinds of yogas for me were very, very nice. But the yoga that really made me continue was ashtanga yoga, which is a modality that is actually very old. It's a traditional vinyasa yoga. And you learn all the sequences of the asanas that we said by yourself. So you are not going to a guided class, you are going to a shala, a yoga school. Then you practice,
Yeah.
and it's the instructor who is like adjusting your position, right? But then I was practicing Ashtanga yoga for maybe 2.5 years, more or less. But I got all the time injured, all the time. Like I didn't know what was going on. It was really tough yoga. If someone that is listening to us and it's a yogi, this kind of yoga, it's for 1 hour and a half, practicing all the time, like no meditation, no shit, like just practice, 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 right? Yeah. And I was actually, my background is human resources. I love doing interviews as well because I was interviewing people. I was in this field. And then I said, look, this is not actually what I was thinking when I was thinking about doing interviews and connecting with people. And I would really do something different. My passion is always food, and I have the passion for yoga, but my passion is wellness and help people.
Yeah.
So actually, I got fired in 2021. And that week that I was fired from my job, I got an advertisement on Instagram. I was like, yoga teacher training, and it was starting the following week, like the first week of January, and it was like, wow. And it was in Gran Canaria, in the other island in Gran Canaria where you were living. And I said, wow, this is a destiny, because I've been practicing yoga for a long time. Why I don't do that? So it's how it started. I certified as a vinyasa yoga instructor, but it took me a little while to guide classes, because in this moment I was a little bit lost. I just got fired. I didn't feel prepared. So the first classes that I was doing, it was with friends of mine in the beach here in Tenerife. So it was how it started. And little by little, I feel more confident. I started doing classes in Spanish, but then all the people that we have here in the Canary Islands are more English speakers, right? So little by little, I feel more confident doing those kind of classes. And that summer as well, I had the opportunity to do some classes of Pilates. And okay, that how the body works is the same, like Pilates or yoga, but the Pilates way that you breathe and the exercise are a little bit different. So I was practicing Pilates for a couple of months, very, really strong. I say, wow, I love Pilates as well, because you are training more your body, like your muscles. And now I'm just realizing that I have muscles, and I'm not training the same way the muscles when I'm doing yoga. So I created my method. I've been creating this method like for a while, and it's what I do and what I teach to my students. So my fit yoga classes, it's with weights, with bands, with elastic bands, with blocks, and it's what I love. I teach from 20 years old until 60 years old person. We train with chairs, without chairs, with all this material. And for me, it was very important to integrate in my fit yoga classes meditation and breath control, because at the end, yoga, it means union, and also it's like meditation with movement. So it's very important that you all the time during the session are aware of your breathing. So that's what I do. That's my yoga classes. I do yoga online because I love to connect one-on-one with my students. I can be living in whatever, and my students can be living whatever, and if they connect with me, so I have students and I teach online one-on-one. And also I'm starting right now my group sessions. I have students, I talk with them in Spanish, and I have another students I talk in English. So I have one group already that it's in Spanish speakers, and I'm kind of like starting the new one with English speakers. So this is what I'm doing as well.
It's so great. So for those of you who are watching, or even because I'm going to post this live video on YouTube, so if you're watching it on YouTube later, definitely check out Carla and her yoga, because like I started yoga is like a lot of years ago, but I think yoga is so much. So I think I have so little idea about yoga. I just always do some classes. But if you really want to learn how to do it in a good way, then definitely go to Carla and check out her yoga classes, because it's really cool. Yeah, and I think yoga is so beneficial for everything. I talked with some people, especially guys, they don't do stretching, they don't do yoga, and then when they're 20, maybe they do a lot of bodybuilding, but then after 10 years, they get all of those problems because they never really stretch the muscles. So I think that for everyone, even if it's a man or a woman, whatever, everyone should do yoga. It's so beneficial for the body.
Actually, I have several male students that are training with me, and that's also why we train with weights and we train with bands and we stretch, because maybe they are going to the gym, but then they don't want like just a relaxed yoga class, they want to stretch, but also feel like they sweat, like they want to sweat. So I train with men. And actually, it's very challenging for me because, of course, I'm not that strong in my arms, but little by little, I'm going more strong. And that's actually a beautiful way to learn from my students, and they learn from me. So this is like, we all connected.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I also know that in yoga, like, because I think some people, and I myself had what's it called, the judgment that yoga is more for like old people and is super
No.
like
No,
But it's not like you have a lot of different varieties of
totally.
yoga, and I fit, I don't know, but I think like Ashtanga is really, you do a lot
Ashtanga
of
is really
exercise,
yoga.
right?
Ashtanga is really
Yeah.
yoga, but my yoga is Pilates and yoga. And here is just a person, Tessa, saying that I like stretching, but I don't really like yoga. You need to try one of my yoga classes because, of course, we are saying yoga, but you will be amazed about how different it's my yoga session. So just give it a try.
Yeah. And also, Tessa actually asked before, and just in the, because you can ask question in the chat, and she asked, "What is your favorite fruit?"
Ah, she
Do
asked
you
me
have
what
a
is my
favorite
favorite
fruit?
fruit. Of course, my
Yeah,
favorite fruit
before.
is durian, of course.
Ah.
I'm not gonna deny that. Like here in Spain, you get durian, frozen durian, just a little bit. But when I was in Asia, even though it was not the high season in Thailand, when you get a good durian, it's like that's
It's
wow.
great.
And then, of course, I don't
Yeah.
have access here in Europe to durian. I would say that my favorite second fruit is papaya. I eat papaya
Yeah,
a lot because it's here in the Canary Islands. It's so good for the digestion.
it's
You
so
can use
good.
the seeds as well. Like I love papaya. And when it's a really good season, I love also mangoes and figs.
Yeah.
It's my really good. I
So
cannot
great.
choose one fruit, but if I have to choose one fruit, I would say papaya.
Yeah, I think papaya, especially in the Canary Islands, because they grow them on the island, so the
Yeah,
quality is
the quality
really,
is great.
really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
that's
love
really
one
good.
type of papaya that is Cuban papaya, and it's one papaya that it's a little bit more heavy. It's
Yeah,
long,
yeah,
and you see that inside it will not be empty. It's full because it's really
ice
heavy.
food.
So yeah, that's the
Nice.
good ones. That's the good ones.
So cool. Now I think fruit is amazing. Also, I think in Spain, what I really love now is cherimoya. So,
Oh,
so
chirimoya in the
good.
winter, yeah, winter time. That's a good one, yeah.
So good. Yeah, and actually now I wanted to ask because for people watching, they probably don't know, Carla actually participated in an amazing retreat together with Damian.
Yeah.
Damian. And I wanted to ask because I have this idea. One day, in a couple of years, I want to host a retreat in Tenerife. But it's just an idea. And so I wanted to ask you about your experience. How was it? Maybe some of the good moments, some of the challenges that came up, and what was your, because Damian, he was organizing the retreat and he asked you to join.
Yes.
And yeah, just maybe share your experience. And there was a lot of questions, but I'll maybe just start with one. So, what was when Damian asked you, did you have, if you want to join, were you excited or did you have a little bit of fear? Or yeah, what were you thinking when Damian
Well,
asked you to join?
well, when I always wanted to do retreats because before Damian asked me, I was in this moment that I was a little bit lost, like I didn't know
Yeah,
if to start doing yoga, I didn't know if to find a job in human resources. So
yeah.
my passion was yoga and my passion was food. And I was working in a place that here in Tenerife that they do retreats. So I was
Um,
working in the kitchen, making raw food meals and vegan recipes, but also I was learning much more, like how this way of organizing retreats, being with the people, uh, offering them what they wanted, like how it's really a retreat. Because when we think about a retreat, there is a lot of things that we are not having in
yeah,
consideration. We have to accompany the participants during the whole experience. Like
yeah,
every one
it's a lot.
of them, they have like a different experience. So I was looking all that and getting very, very inspired for. I was
Yeah,
working there maybe for half a year, and it was such a good actually opportunity to learn more. But then it arrived a moment that I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to do my yoga
yeah,
classes. I want to grow more. And when Damian asked me to do this retreat, I said, okay, I can help you in the kitchen because I already like do recipes. I'm not a chef as Damian is because he's like amazing chef, but I can
yeah,
help you in the kitchen.
definitely.
And actually, I'm a yoga teacher, so I already was guiding people can book me, and I had this experience in the past, and do yoga for a big groups, for maybe work community or work retreats and things like that. So people already was booking me, and I was doing classes for maybe 35 people or more.
Yeah.
So Damian was telling me, okay, let's do that. I would love you to, just to share your expertise with yoga. He didn't know my style. He didn't know anything, but still he trusts me. So I said to him, okay, I can help you to find a place here in the Canary Islands. And he had a few of them, and I said, okay, let me just be in contact with the person. I love organize things. I all the time was coming people together, organizing my own dinners, organizing with my own friends, doing things also between Gran Canaria and Tenerife, because I was in this moment doing dinners and picnics and things like that. So for me, organizing things and just moving things a little bit more quicker, it's easy. I love to connect with people. So when he told me that, I was like, yes, I'm into that. This is going to be my first retreat as a yoga teacher or organizer. So why not
Yeah.
to do that? Damian organized mostly everything. It was his retreat. It has his taste, let's say this way. And I really love it.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to have helped him in this process as much as I could. And actually, when we said, okay, this is happening, this is going on, I was in Asia. I was in Asia. I was in Vietnam, and I said, I'm coming back to the Canary Islands because I love to do this retreat. I would love to participate and continue with
Yeah.
this. And I moved from Vietnam to the Canary Islands. The retreat was last March, and it was such an amazing experience. Really, such an amazing experience. We were here in Puerto de la Cruz in Tenerife. We had an amazing days. March is a really good month to do
Yeah.
whatever here because it's really sunny. We don't have the clouds. Like, it's really an amazing, just the spring is starting. You have like new fruits, and it was absolutely great. And we started every single morning with meditation, half an hour
Yeah.
meditation. And then we were doing every single day a different yoga class. So I wanted the participants to experience what yoga is. So one day we did vinyasa yoga, another day we did hatha yoga, another day we did more fit yoga, another day we did ashtanga yoga, and the last day we did more relaxed stretching. And yeah, so every day was different. Also we did excursions to El Teide, walking and discovering the place. And every day after the yoga we had an amazing breakfast with juices, with fruits. Then we had workshops, lunch again, workshops in the evening, and dinner at night. So it was very packed. And
I really love
if
it.
I'm honest, we weren't a lot of participants, and thanks God, because we were accompanied every single person with the own emotions, the own feelings, and all the things that they were coming across. And
Yeah.
Damian's retreat is about reconnect with yourself and reconnect with the others. And this retreat was all about reconnecting to ourselves. So well, it was intense. I'm not gonna deny that it wasn't intense. I was focusing my entire energy on that. But at the end, you just see how the person is growing. It's not just about eating raw foods, but it's
Yeah.
about opening yourself, discovering more. And we are a mirror, right? Like we normally say that when you put a person in front of you, you normally see yourself reflected on what you need to improve in your life. So
Work on. Yeah.
most of us, we had these sensations. Yeah, these sensations, and doing a retreat was just amazing. Yeah.
I can imagine. Like I saw while you were like while you were having the retreat, I watched every story. And it was it looked really really beautiful. The food looked beautiful.
The
The
food was
activities that you
amazing.
did looked beautiful. Wow, it looked really nice. And I think specifically Tenerife has just such a special place in my heart.
Nature.
Like, it's really funny because I when I was still in school, I always because okay, I'm German, but I feel I feel like a big part of my heart is just Spanish or like just I mean my hobbies. I love salsa dancing. It's just have so much, and now I'm in Sevilla, which is also in Spain. So
Ah,
I
you're
don't
in
know.
Spain. Ah, I thought that you
Yeah.
were back now here in Sevilla. So hot over there right now, right?
Yeah, it's hot. Like right now is okay, but the last 2 weeks were 36, 40 degrees. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
But no, I have so much love for Tenerife specifically. Like the island, you just go there and you just feel a really great energy. I mean, I'm not so spiritual, but even I, who's not so spiritual, even I feel this like this change in energy
Totally.
and just this beautiful island. And what I love is you just drive with the car, maybe 30 minutes, and or maybe an hour, and in 1 hour you can go through so many different like
Different places.
yeah,
Like the
different
beach, the
plans, different
mountain, it changed a
places.
lot. Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah, I think that's why like hosting a retreat in Tenerife specifically is amazing.
This
So
is a great place to host a retreat. If I'm honest with you, this nature it's incredible. And then
yeah,
some of the participants they decided to stay a little bit more just to discover the island. So
yeah,
that's incredible. Yeah, that's incredible. I love Tenerife. My family is living here, and the nature of Tenerife it's incredible. And by the way, there are a lot of Germans living here in Tenerife
yeah.
because this
I know.
area Puerto de la Cruz it's like
Hmm.
it's actually there is a whole neighborhood that is just Germans over there. That
Yeah.
you can find in your supermarkets German products. That's incredible, but it's really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, super nice. I think that a lot of people from Germany specifically, they go to the Canary Islands first to escape the bad weather, but
Yeah.
also just to have, they're even like they're more alternative. They want, because I think the German system is similar to Spain, but even more like structured, even more pressure, even more stress. And I think
Okay.
that some people from Germany, they want to
To move.
escape that.
Yeah.
And I can
Hmm.
understand. Yeah, I'm actually for me because I lived in I was in Gran Canaria for 1.5 years, which was quite long, and I want to go back. Then I went to Germany, then I went traveling, and now I'm in Sevilla. But I really, it's just I have it in my heart, and yeah, I really want to go back. But I want.
Sevilla will be very, very hot in the winter months, like starting in July or maybe end of June. I would not
Yeah.
recommend you to stay there. No, really, I did not because I was in Sevilla. I remember that it was not even August, it was July, and I couldn't get out because the air was burning my skin. Just the air was burning my skin, and it was not in the sun. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe, and I
Yeah.
was just in outside just to visit the city until 11 or noon, and then not going out, like doing
Yeah.
naps. Like, and now people understand why Spanish doing naps because if you go to Sevilla, you cannot
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
summer months you cannot get out. So doing naps, eating, working, whatever, and then at night again, just trying to get out and breathing a little bit. So it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough to be in
It's
Sevilla.
not, no, and it's so funny because today there's a on Facebook there's a group about expats in Sevilla, and the person wrote, yeah, I'm old already, I want to retire, and I have some heart problems, but I really want to try out Sevilla. Is it okay? And then all the comments, like 100 comments, is the winter is great, but in the summer you're dying.
Yeah,
So
I would recommend much better to go if people would choose Andalusia. I would
yeah,
choose Cadiz. I would choose
yeah,
Malaga. I would
yeah,
choose I don't know another place, but more in the near to the sea. Not
yeah.
inside.
No, it's hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's
It's
too
hot.
hot.
It's hot.
Now that's why the Canary Islands, the weather is, especially in the winter month, is like I mean they belong to Africa, but they belong still to Spain. So in Europe, it's the best place, I
It's the
think.
best
From the
place.
climate, it's the best
Yeah.
place for sure.
Yeah, and if
Yeah,
you go to the south of the island, it's still more warm than the north.
yeah,
So you can
yeah.
swim in the
It's
ocean if
perfect.
you want. So that's normal that you're in bikini, in the south. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's perfect. And I wanted to ask you, because the retreat, I can imagine that is so fully packed. I think that because I was thinking if only two people were working on working and joining the people and going with them and working with them, the transformation can be a lot. So what were, for example, a challenge that came up and maybe that you had to handle, or
Yeah,
was there something?
it was actually a lot, and I'm glad that Damian and I, we made like a nice team, in this
Yeah,
sense. But he was handling more because the retreat was for him. So he
yeah,
might reply to this question, but for me, that's most of the time after the yoga class, I was already helping, already in a workshop, already helping to prepare lunch. Like it was a little bit like
yeah,
that. So the things that you have to overcome is just first doing step by step. We wanted to do a lot of things,
yeah,
and we realized that less is more. We wanted to offer the best and transmit the best, and at the same time to focus on the healing process of the person. But
yeah,
again, less is more. So there are things that we couldn't like accomplish because we wanted to put a lot of activities, and at the end we said, okay, so we don't do this workshop today, we will cancel that, we will do a mix about another workshop, and we're gonna take it slowly, just breathe. Also, Damian was really nice because in the moments that I needed just space for myself, I had jet lag and I was coming from Asia. So because my parents are living here, so I was just coming home, maybe sleeping a little bit, in coming back more refreshed, right? And the good thing about a retreat is that normally you can participate as a volunteer. Like if
yeah,
you really want to come to the retreat, so you can just put a little bit of the activities or the task that you have to do to some participants. Let's see, normal things, putting the table, cutting vegetables, those things that maybe it takes time and you need to do quickly, so other people can do those activities. So that's important to know when you organize a retreat. uh First, who is doing who. That's really important. So this way people will be more organized, this way people will know exactly the times that you're doing the things. That's something to learn. I love to transmit my yoga classes the best way, and I'm very creative. So normally,
yeah,
when I do the yoga classes, I think, okay, today we will work out that, we will focus our session in that. But I don't create the classes in advance. I created the classes in this moment because I
yeah,
don't know exactly how the participants will do. Maybe there's some people that cannot do it, and I adjust. So when you're doing a class, maybe you prolong the class, and then you learn to not prolong that much because you just see that after that you will not have time to do the other things. So you have very
yeah,
to be careful really on the timing. I know that Germans are really good on that, Spanish no.
yeah,
But you really need to be very very careful with the timing, and also like buying the things in advance, especially with the food. Damian was
yeah,
coming a week and a half before to get all the products from the local markets, from places that we needed to buy the things. So that's important. Also about the transportation, how to get the people. So those things you have to plan it way in advance, like really.
yeah, a
And then when
lot.
you have those things more or less like suggest, like you already know those things, so then it's more like the day to day. Maybe you plan it in your mind in one way, but then you have to be flexible. Like we have to be flexible with our lives. So little by little, okay, this is not happening this way. Okay, so let's gonna try to do it in another way. We wanted to do, for instance, activities after dinner every single night, but we were that tired, all of us, we were that tired that normally what we wanted is just to chit chat and talk with an herbal tea, and that's it. Like, and that's
Yeah.
fine as well. You have to adjust exactly what the energy of the group needs, and that's the key. That's the key. So
Oh, it's amazing. I can imagine that it's a challenge, or it could be a challenge to find the balance between flexibility and also structure, and to really, because I think that maybe it's because I'm German, or it's just because I'm me. I'm a person who tend to want to control a lot
I,
and tend to want to have a really strict structure. But I
yeah,
think that in a retreat, the goal is to be flexible
it's
and
to
to
be
also see what
flexible.
the people want. Yeah. So
There are things
please.
that you cannot be flexible. There are things that you cannot be flexible. For instance, let's
Yeah,
see. I have to cook this recipe, and this recipe must be done today if I have to have it done for the other day. Normally
yeah,
in the raw foods, we prepare the things more or less the same days, but there are things that maybe you want to ferment, or there are things that you want to put in the dehydrator. So those things, they have to be done in advance. So those
yeah,
are things that you have to be organized exactly what you want to eat each day. And then there are sessions, for instance, when you are going to have your dinner. For us, it was very important that the dinner was every time at the same time, in order to do
yeah,
good photos, because we're missing the sunset, or in order to have a better digestion, in order to go to sleep. So those things were very important. Maybe it was not that important, the workshops that we were doing in the evening, just seeing what was going on, or was not that important if we were spending more time at lunch, or those kinds of things that could happen. But you need, especially what's your retreat about. Damian's retreat was about raw foods and reconnecting with yourself. So
yeah,
yeah, every day we were doing an activity, and every day, depending on what we were talking about, it was more important or less important. So if we
yeah,
were focusing, for instance, one workshop was about the morning routine that you were eating. So that's a way of self-love. So that was important, because people are there to reconnect and to find how they can improve themselves. But maybe another workshop, it was about, I don't know, essential oils. I did a workshop about essential oils. Of course, essential oils are very important, and actually, I'm using them in my 5 days detox every single day. But in this retreat, it was not that important. So we were kind of like playing around, doing face masks, and just having a little bit more fun. But it was not that important how long it was. It was more important to connect and to show that thing. So there are there are workshops or moments that you need to express the things, and you uh, extend it, because sometimes it's
yeah,
difficult to remove those things and those things to come up. And also, at the beginning of the retreat, people will be a little bit shy because they don't know each other. So that's another thing that is very important. The first day, you need to organize every single thing, because people need this structure to know each other. But then people will do the things, will have free time, and they will enjoy to connect with whatever person they want to connect. So you need to balance a little bit the beginning of the
yeah.
retreat, the end of the retreat, and overall it's gonna be perfect, I'm sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And hey, your sound amazing.
Hello.
And for those people who don't know, or who probably watch the video later on YouTube, actually, Carla, you will join again in a retreat by Damian, and it's gonna be close to Malaga, right? And actually, I think it's gonna be
No,
amazing because,
Damian has
right or
different
no?
retreats. Damian has
I
different
know
retreats. The
it's
Mal
more in the
Yeah, the Malaga
right, more in
that
the
he's gonna
long
do is gonna be a reconnect retreat as well, but it's gonna be more about breath work. That he's gonna do it with another
Yeah,
big professional that his name is Kevin, and I would love to meet him uh, soon. It's a moment. The retreat what I'm gonna do with Damian is a retreat that is very, very special, because
yeah,
actually is in Damian's hometown, and
yeah,
it's in the whole Spanish nature. So this retreat is gonna be very, very special. He's gonna show us the garden that he has. We are gonna be
yeah.
in an amazing, amazing, amazing place. Great place. We're gonna do the yoga classes over there. It's really, really nice place. And the yoga classes that we are gonna do in this retreat are gonna be classic yoga,
Yeah,
maybe with a
yeah,
little bit of workout like Pilates, but it's gonna be very, very gentle and easy. And yeah, this retreat is gonna be in the middle of September, from the 11th
yeah,
until the 17th, if I'm not wrong. So we still have, I'm not sure, I have to talk with him, but the last time that I was talking to him, we have still some spots, because Damian has like
yeah.
a waiting list. And
Amazing.
September, actually, it's such a nice month. It's still warm in Spain, and in his hometown it would be a lot of fruits, vegetables. So I can't wait. Like really, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, like it sounds, I think it sounds amazing, and it sounds also something that Damian and you put so much passion into it. So I think that it's gonna be super, super special. And I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
put all the links and everything, also for your account and Damian, in the comment section
Yeah.
when I post it on YouTube and also here on Instagram. Because yeah, definitely check it out. And I think that Carla, I think you also plan in the future to have some retreats, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that just people follow you and then already know and already wait, and when the moment comes, they can join. Yeah,
Yes. For the time
yes.
being, I'm very focused on my students, on
Yeah,
my one-on-one coaching sessions, and also on my 5 days detox, which is a
yeah.
baby that I
Really
just launched
exciting.
and I just
Yeah,
created. And in the future, I would like to have retreats as well. But for the time being, this year, I enjoy doing retreats with Damian or retreats with other vegans or raw vegans in this field, and just give my expertise about food and yoga.
yeah,
So
yeah, amazing. I actually wanted to ask you because you have this amazing new program. And can you talk a little bit what's it about? It's a detox program, and I think that detox is something super, super, super important. And I think that people they have to know about it. So maybe
yeah.
you want to say a little bit more about that.
Thank you, thank you. Well, the first time that I was coming with this 5 days detox, I know
Yeah,
that it doesn't have, maybe detox for some people could have like a negative impact, right? Like detox, detox, right? Detox. I'm talking with friends in this vegan field, and they are not into detox. Like, no, no, we don't believe in detox. And I say, but why? Like
yeah,
what I really want is people to eat healthy and to clean the body before to add a new food. That's the main goal. So the way that I created this 5 days detox was actually because I was doing two challenges, and I was encouraging people, my followers, to do those two challenges. So I started every single Monday to do my Monday juice feast that I was doing with green juices. And the idea was like, okay, maybe you eat whatever in the weekend. So the way to clean a little bit more the body and, like a quick reset could be like juicing for one day. And I was doing that, and I was feeling amazing. But of course, I was doing every single Monday. And at some point, when I was doing that more than a year, I felt like, look, I'm I know that I'm eating healthy, and at some moments at night or Monday, I just like to eat fruits or salads and not continue using. So that was one point.
yeah,
And the other challenge that I had that was actually very, very good was the Fruit Fridays. I was encouraging people to lose the fear of eating fruits from sugar from fruits, and to do
yeah,
a Friday, I would be just eating fruits, like juice fruits, just fruits, mono meals, things like that. And that actually was giving me like boost of energy to start the weekend. I feel more wow. I want
yeah,
people to experience that. But then what happened? Friday normally it's weekend or starts the weekend, and at some points you have like social meetings or social events. And of course I like to connect with people, and I like to create dinners, and it was not possible all the Fridays to do that. But I say, okay, this Fruit Friday and this Monday Juice Feed is like a great combo, because when I'm juicing, I need the fruits, and when I'm doing fruits, I still need my greens. So I say, why, instead of
yeah,
doing every single Monday and Friday a challenge, why I don't create something that I will offer to the people that is not just about food, but it's also about a wellness lifestyle. So this 5 days detox, the live version that is going to be this month from the 22nd until the 26th of May, it's gonna be a like guiding the people, guiding all my participants to eat fruits and vegetables, from fruits, from raw vegan recipes, from smoothies, and every single recipe is gonna be raw vegan and zero fat. Why? Because why it's zero fat? Well, all the foods, and you know that they have some percentage of fat, but we are not
yeah,
taking the ingredients. For instance, the avocado, the nuts, the seeds, that they have more percentage of fat, because what we want is a detoxification. The
detox.
toxins are gonna come out. The toxins that you have in your stomach are gonna go out, And this way, when we finish the detox, you are going to absorb the things much better. When we add fats, everything slows down, the digestion process. So what we want is to spell and make this process a little bit quicker, and still having a diet that is full of nutrients, that is full of water content, that is full of vitamins. And people will not feel this people will not feel that they are hungry doing my detox, because they are gonna eat a lot. They're gonna eat a lot. And I have some participants already that are based on the US, that are based in Canada, and there is no problem, because maybe they don't find the same foods and I have here. And that's why I do a live detox, because we will do meeting calls, 3 meeting calls, before, during, and after, and they will have all the questions, like Q&A sessions. I will change a little bit the diets for them, the recipes, and this is a great opportunity to meet each other and to have this group community. But on top of that, on top of just being about food, it's about the wellness techniques I use. For me, was a detox was not just physical detox, but it was also mentally. And I just realized that it's very important how you talk with yourself, and it's very important the acts of love that you have to yourself. I was a person that maybe I was not doing those acts of love all the time. And just by knowing that, I want people to encourage to just love yourself more. So we are doing techniques, healthy self-care techniques, that are going to be in the morning and at night. And little by little, they are going to introduce a new self-technique. Let's not say, for instance, journaling. Maybe for some people, it's not important, but when you write to yourself in a diary, that for my diary is here, it's very, very special. So I'm speaking my thoughts and my emotions. And that's what I want to encourage people. That's one of the activity. Maybe another activity at night would be just smelling lavender essential oil. So in the live session that they are going to have, also they will receive a 10 essential oils that are the best essential oils in the planet. And I'm saying the best essential oils in the planet because I use them. And when you buy essential oil, let's gonna use, for instance, I had here peppermint essential oil. Actually, I'm drinking my water with essential oil, with peppermint.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, when you consume an essential oil and you maybe buy it in whatever shop or internet, they say don't apply it in the skin, don't take it inside you. But this is not 100% a pure essential oil. I'm using doTERRA essential oil, which is very well known actually in Germany and in the US. And we're having the 10 essential oils more important, which is lavender, lemon, oregano, air, that is for breath. We're having deep blue when you have like sore muscle. We are having what else essential oils? We're having a lavender, oregano, on guard to clean our teeth. So every single recipe is gonna be with essential oil, and that's the beauty of it. Like, from the power of plants, because we're still eating raw foods, you are gonna add into your lifestyle an essential oil. And we're gonna use the essential oil not just in our morning and night routine, but also in the yoga classes, in the meditation classes. When you feel a little bit like whatever emotion you're feeling, you can go to the essential oils, because the plants, the essential oils, transmit this energy to heal ourselves. And because it's not about body, it's about also mental, the essential oils can support us. So yeah, this is a little bit the program. And also the live sessions of yoga, the yoga classes are gonna be live, so more or less with the participants, depending on which part of the world they are right now. So I will put a time or day and time to do these yoga sessions live. And yeah, the idea is to do it in petit comité, as we say it in France, because this way, like, we feel more safe, and this way we will connect with the participants more. And I want to create this family every single time that we are doing a detox, like they will feel safe. And that's my 5 days detox live that is starting in 2 weeks. And people can still have a couple of days to decide to enroll and to start with with me.
Oh, amazing. Like, it sounds so great. So for the people watching it now or later, definitely join like my German accent, oh, it's so bad, but definitely join Carla because it's an amazing, amazing program that you create, and I can see the passion that you have for it, like how you talk about it. It's not just what you talk, but also the energy
Yeah,
that you have behind it is really, really, really insane. So yeah,
thank
and
you.
I think it's so valuable what you do, and so yeah, I'm just really, really, really grateful to be talking with you today and that you share so much. I also, while you were talking, was thinking I'm gonna, once I post this, I'm gonna rewatch it because you shared so much information that is so
Wow,
helpful. So
thank
I'm
you.
gonna rewatch it and write everything
Yeah.
down. Yeah. No, it's really
Actually,
great.
my participants of the 5 days detox plan that I created last month. Last month was my birthday, and I just launched this 5 days detox that I was working
Yeah,
on. If I'm honest, maybe for more than a year. I was working on that because I was on and off. Like I was not fully focused on creating this program. But on my months in Thailand, I was like reaching to the point that I wanted, and I
yeah,
wanted to offer this plan for a cheaper price last month because it was my birthday. So the people that was already in this plan, they had the experience of the foods that they were in April, but the ebook that they will receive, I change it every single month because you are not eating the same in winter than in August,
yeah,
right? So the fruits, the
yeah,
ingredients, those things, they are going to change. The uses, recipes, they are going to change. And I also have some participants from the last month that they did it alone that will join my live session. So this is like for me, it's like a new experience. I'm getting to know my clients and my students. I don't want to say clients because for me they are participants and they are friends,
yeah,
are my friends, and that's the thing. My students are my friends, and the participants of
yeah,
this are my friends, and what I want them to see them succeed. And some of my participants last month says that, but I can do that every month, and I'm saying to him, I'm doing that every month, and it's totally safe. Like you will
yeah,
choose to do it. You can choose if to do it every month or not, and you can do more to the detox side or less to the detox side, but it's just 5 days, 5 days, or look into yourself, 5 days, or eliminating the cooks foods, the alcohol, the coffee, everything that could not resonate with this healing journey that we are going. And the idea is to have more energy, to remove these digestive problems, to feel more, to radiate from within. That's my main goal. And I know that my method is working because I've been applying this method for all those months ago. So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I can see that it's working because you look so vibrant, and also when I see what you do so many things, and I'm sometimes like, how do you have the energy to do it? But I think you're the
It's
living
because,
example that it works.
if I'm honest, drinking peppermint, it helps.
I need to try it. Like, I really love essential oils. I also have them with me. I love them. I use them for so many things, for everything, and they're so much better than, for example, perfumes
Yeah.
or things like
Yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I was working when I was young, in the perfume industry. Let's say this way, I was selling perfumes, and I got a skin reaction. And
Yeah.
since I was 25 years old, I wasn't using perfumes anymore. I
Yeah.
love the smell of perfumes, but somehow it's so chemical. And when you really
Chemical.
smell a pure essential oil, you're like, I'm smelling like rose, or I'm smelling like
Yeah.
ylang ylang that I love, or in this super good, this smell. So
Yeah.
that's
Like,
incredible.
really funny. And I always use vanilla essential
Vanilla.
oil.
Mm.
Yeah, and I use it, and then for example, one day I used it, and I went dancing, and then a person was like, something smells like cookies," and I'm like, "Oh, it's
It's me, it's
me."
vanilla.
But
Yeah.
it's true because I know that in a lot of perfumes there are so many toxins, and I actually now like the more like when you eat raw vegan, and you kind of notice it when there is a
You're
lot of
very
toxic.
sensitive. You're very
Yeah, you're
sensitive
very
when you're raw
sensitive.
vegan. Like
Yeah,
you smell the things, you're more sensitive in your skin. And all the participants that were in the retreat, they were amazed with the essential oils, really. Like, really.
yeah,
Even
yeah.
Damian, that didn't know the Terra essential oils, right now he's like, wow. He brought the essential oils to Thailand, by the way. He's right now in Thailand, and I know that he's using some of the essential oils to cook. Well, to cook,
Oh,
to prepare the
amazing.
recipes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, actually that's something I want to learn also more about, because I know I use essential oils for everything, but not for food. But I
Mm.
think it can you can
Wow.
create amazing flavors with
Yes.
essential oils.
For
Yeah.
instance, right now the orange that we have, they are not really good, right? Because it's not the
Yeah.
season. But
Yeah.
still, I like to use oranges for my
Yeah.
smoothies or whatever. And this week I just posted one recipe that is lemon or juice. Sorry, orange juice with a little bit of lemon juice, papaya, and dates, some medjool dates. So I added white orange, and the taste is like sweet white orange. The essential
Oh,
oils that they do is from the skin. They don't use the orange per se. They use the skin. So the taste is much potent. Much strong. So just applying two drops, it's like sweet orange. The skin, like the Terra really use the best quality. And my mentor from the Terra, I just was sharing this recipe with her, and she said, I love the recipe, but if you add cinnamon essential oil, will boost everything, because cinnamon has so many benefits,
yeah.
and it's not the same powder, that which is really good. But if you use the essential oil, just 2 drops, you don't have to, really, no need more. Just 2 drops will make a huge difference. So that's another recipe that for sure I will improve.
Yeah, amazing. Like, it sounds amazing, and I saw it on your Instagram. So for the people who don't know, Carla has an amazing Instagram page with so many
Thank you.
amazing videos and videos. It looks so vibrant.
Thank
I'm
you.
like, wow. So
Yeah,
definitely follow Carla, and I'm gonna try out this recipe because it sounds so
you
delicious.
should. You should.
Oh.
Yeah. I hope that we
Definitely.
can see each other soon. Really, you must come to
Yeah,
the Canary Island. You must come.
yeah,
Really.
I want to. I want to.
The
I
best
want
time,
to.
we were talking about the retreats. The best time to stay in the Canary Islands to visit, well, because you've been in Gran Canaria,
Yeah,
but it's after September, like September, October,
yeah, I
November,
agree.
December, really good months. Also January, then it's bad weather. But April, March, it's again with good weather until right now, which is end of middle of May. It's very cloudy, and all the summer is gonna be like that. It's very cloudy in the north of the island. If you go to the
Yeah,
south, normally
it's clear.
it's clear. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to come. It's interesting because I kind of felt I already had some life there. I mean, I had the boyfriend and some friends, and then I left, and it feels so strange because like the whole life I left there. So
Yeah.
I will be curious how it is when I come back. Yeah,
I
but
also
I'm
have this feeling. I also have this feeling because I was living in the US, in New York. I was living in
right.
France. I was
Yeah,
living in Barcelona, in Madrid. And when I'm coming to those places, it's like, okay, again, like it looks like you never left this place. Like you're still,
yeah,
some part of you is there. So
yeah,
I got
yeah,
this point. Like you still have something there. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm curious about it, but I really want to go because the thing is I went back from the Canary Islands, then I went to Germany, and I had this breakup. So it's a lot of time for me
To
to deal with because it was my
recover.
first breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it took me so long to recover. And then I went traveling, and then I came back to Germany in January,
Okay.
and it was so cold, and it was the first German winter after 3 years.
Ooh,
And
wow.
I was really, I was like a shocked.
Wow.
And I
Wow,
felt
wow,
like,
wow.
yeah, I just feel like I don't belong to Germany. Even though I was born there, I don't belong to Germany anymore.
But
And I belong more to Spain.
I'm following a lot of raw foodish in Germany, like
Yeah.
Tobias,
Oh,
Fabio. There is like
yeah.
a community. I don't know exactly in which part they are located, and I don't understand German, if I'm
Uh,
honest. Like, I'm just following them, and I see that they are doing amazing things, but I don't
yeah,
understand the German of their accounts. But it looks like amazing that also you have a community in
yeah.
Germany.
Yeah, like the thing, Germany is that we have kind of a raffle community, but it's not fruit based. It's more like nuts, seeds, sprouts. It's more that.
Which is
But
normally the
we
same
have,
in France. It's the same in
yeah,
France. Mm.
yeah, I know. Like in France, you have the cru,
Yeah,
the something like that, and
yes,
they eat also a lot of raw chocolate, things like that,
yeah.
right? A lot
For
of
me, it makes sense if I'm honest, because you need more fat because you are in a cold
in
climate.
the cold
When you are
climate.
in a warm climate, you don't need that many fat, and you need just more fruits that are high in water. Like, no, it's normal when you go to Asia that you just eat fruits, so you eat
Yeah,
less fats. Mm.
yeah, yeah. So I will see. I also have to see how we do it with the work and the job. But what I've learned is to not worry so much because just do
Just do the
just have a
things.
vision
And,
and then do
and
it.
it's
Yeah,
completely fine right now that I'm fully working on Roba Carla, and
yeah,
that's the first time that I'm doing that, because I was on and off.
yeah,
And I'm working so many hours, but at the end of the
yeah,
day, I feel like I do something, like I help
yeah,
people. I feel
yeah.
really, really good with myself. And to start, it's so hard, so hard, really.
It's so hard. Yeah,
I'm in my parents' home right now, because at the beginnings, I need this support. But then
yeah,
when you see that you're really passionate, someone told me once, when you think that you cannot continue, just stay more and be
yeah,
stronger, because you are gonna get it. Because it's when people fail and they are not succeed on what they're doing. So when you think that you lost the motivation, the inspiration, the really that you're desperate, is when you have to work harder.
yeah,
So
yeah.
just stay there. I know that it's difficult. I know that being entrepreneur, and
Oh,
especially in this field, which is, yeah, it's like, come on, like raw vegan
difficult.
field or vegan field is like, we are a small field,
Yeah,
right? A small target, but the people that we are helping, wow, that's it's that's incredible. I don't know how to transmit it, but wow, that's incredible. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can just say I think it's that the entrepreneurship is a whole roller coaster,
It's a whole
but I
roller
think once,
coaster.
but I still have the hope that once I get learn more about it that I will handle it better.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I can feel that you're so passionate about it, and I think that you really care about your students and you care about what you're doing. I think that's such a gift to the world. I really think so. I think that many people they're not passionate about what they're doing and they're kind of surviving. And I think that people like you who really want to and who are already doing such a big
Yes.
change, that's really something super
And
valuable.
yeah, and actually, that's why I decided to do one-on-one yoga classes. Is how I started. I was
Yeah,
doing classes in the beach for a lot of the students when I started. I was doing
yeah,
classes in the studios. I was doing classes in Pilates, and I had a lot of students, really. But if I'm honest with
yeah,
you, I didn't have an eye for all of them. So where I
yeah. No,
really,
you
no,
don't.
it's impossible.
Yeah,
That's why I got injured so many times in yoga, because the teacher was not giving me the advices. So I decided, okay, what I really want is to transmit this passion for yoga. And what I really want is people to heal. So at the beginning, I started just sending messages to my contacts on WhatsApp, like, Carla is doing yoga? What? And at the beginning, it was like that people was interested. So they were trying yoga classes with me. I did classes, if I'm honest. I did classes for free. I did classes very, very
yeah,
cheap. I did classes super cheap. And then when people get to know me and I was feeling more comfortable, I was valuing myself more, because my problem was at the beginning. I don't know, it's with someone that is just listening to us happen, but when you are an entrepreneur, you don't value yourself like enough.
yeah. In the beginning, no,
At the beginning,
you
you think
don't.
that you're shit, that there is a lot of people out there
Yeah,
that is doing the same, but then it's like, no, you're doing something different. You're not doing yoga. In my case, is what I was saying to me. You're not doing yoga. You're doing fit yoga, and you're creating your own style. You are not
Yeah.
saying people to eat healthy. No, you are promoting a plant-based raw vegan diet, which is the best. And you are
Yeah.
different because you are a woman who was suffering from digestive problems. You're a woman that also someone broke her heart several times.
Yeah.
You are a woman that, so all these things that are happening to me, and all the way that I'm more strong right now, that I believe more in myself, that I'm healing, that day by day, Eva, I'm more fit. Every day I'm more
Yeah.
happy with my body. I came from a position when I was teenager that I didn't like my body because I was not slim enough. And right now I just embrace my body, and I love every single imperfection that I have. So I really transmit that to people, and I believe that my students love the way that I do that to them. And at the end, people like, there is like the 30% of the people, they like you, and the rest, they will not like you. So we have to focus not in the people that is criticize us because they don't
Yeah.
believe, or we have to focus on give that love to the people that wants our help. We cannot help people that they don't want to be helped. So that's the most important thing to understand. Like, we need to give
Yeah.
that help to the people that love. And if I'm
Yeah. I
honest, I
agree.
do my help to people, and sometimes I say I really want to offer that to this person. Maybe I download my price to this person just to see that is very beneficial to her or to him, and then they pay me even more because they say, wow, this is what I needed. So
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
You said so many things, and I agree with everything. And I think that for me as well, that I still have to learn to not wait for someone to give me permission to do something, but to give myself the permission to, no, I can do it. And yeah,
Yes,
I also,
yes.
what I was thinking, because like from you, I can learn so much, and I think that you're so far ahead, and the journey is really good. You're like already really grounded, having found yourself like a butterfly already, and I'm like still in the journey. But I think it's the journey, right?
It's
We
a
have to go through
journey.
all those.
It's a journey. It's a journey. I've been, it's a journey, and everyone has their own journey, and we don't cannot compare with each other because we have to be
Yeah,
grateful for the experience that we had inside. I was suffering a lot at the beginning when I became vegan because people wasn't accepting me. I was
yeah,
in a relationship that my partner was not vegan, and at some point when I was my 20s, my 23, 22, I switched and I was again eating meat. I was like, what the fuck? Sorry. I want to just do that because of the other person, but this is not me and this is not my value. So I come back again. So we
yeah.
all of us do things that are not us, but we need to do those things in order to know each other more.
No,
So
no, yeah, yeah. It's a
yeah,
journey.
it's a
Yeah.
journey. It's a journey.
Sometimes
It's a
I'm
journey.
like, I want to like skip all those steps and
No,
have already learned. Well, it's not like that. No,
no, it's not like
true.
that. Mm.
No. But yeah, I think this was such a cool interview. Like I could listen to you forever, but I think we have to stop at one point. So thank you so much. And for those of you who are watching right now or watching probably later on YouTube, I think the attention span on YouTube is a little bit longer. So for those of you watching on YouTube as well, um, definitely follow Carla. She has an amazing
Yes.
Instagram page. Go to her retreat that she's probably going to do in the future, join the retreat that she's having with Damian, and also join her amazing detox like program because I can see your passion behind it, and I can see
Yeah.
that you really help people so much. And I think
Yeah.
we need more people like you.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
need
Thank you
to,
so much. And we
yeah.
need more people like you as well. I wish
So
now I'm gonna sound a little bit old, and I'm just 33,
yeah,
okay? But I wish I could have the your mindset when I was your age. Really.
oh.
Really. So be grateful for that, because most of the people, they are not brave enough to do all the things that you've done. So
Yeah,
just embrace that.
yeah.
Really.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I need that because sometimes I'm like, what am I doing?
No, you're
I
doing
don't
great.
deserve
You're doing great.
it.
We will do a
Okay.
retreat together, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, one day. I think sometimes it's more about because I like the idea of hosting a retreat I already had when I became raw vegan. I was like, wow. But I think there's a timing, and I think that for
It's
me, many years ago, I was not ready. I'm not sure if I'm now ready, but I think that there's a timing, and I think in some years or when I will host a retreat, then I'm ready. So I
yeah,
think that there is a timing, and I
yeah,
think that some things you only learn when you're ready to learn them. And
that's
I
true.
try to believe that. So who knows? In some years, I mean, life is so long,
Yeah.
and yeah. Okay, then have a super lovely
Thank you
day,
so much.
and thank you so much.
Namaste,
Thank
and
you.
I hope to see you soon. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I will like if I make it to the Canary Islands, I text you and say, "Hola, Carla." Estoy aquí."
Perfecto, perfecto. Cuando quieras.
Okay, okay. Have a
Thank you
nice
so much.
evening.
You too.
Bye.
Bye bye.